second graders. It's Miss Street. I sure have missed being with you guys, and I appreciate Miss Delane McDonald helping me out with second grade. I got a fun little song, Make Us Smile. It's raining, and it's okay. So today we are going to be looking at 2.NBT.7, but before we do, we're going to subitize, and this is really important because we really want to talk a lot today about the associative property of addition. Okay, ready? Here we go. How many to make 10? 6. How many would be left over? 0. So 6 to make 10 and 0 left over is 1 10 with 0 ones. So this is important. And Miss Streets talked a lot about this with third grade too. Is 6 plus 4 and 4 plus 6 the same? No, they're different stories. Their values are the same. They both have the same value as 10, but their forms are different. That's important. Lots of subitizing. How many to 10? 6. How many would be left over? 1. So that would be 1 10 and 1 1. Our nickname is 11. So let's look at this. And then it asks us, is there another way to look at it? Do you know? You can take 3 from 10, take 3 to make 10 from the 7, and that's, I'm going to hold this up here, the associative property. So do we really understand the associative and commutative properties? And that's something Miss Street is going to really work with us on. I'm going to go slow, though, because I think slower is better. And if that's okay with you, if you're like, Miss Street, speed that business up, just comment. Let me know, and I will. But today we're going to look at 2.NBT.7. And like I said, we're going to start slow, and I'm going to bring in the associative property, okay? But we're not just going to start with it, okay? So, NBT.7, add and subtract within 1,000. That's like 10 hundreds. Relating the strategy to a written method. So that can be with a concrete model or drawing of what you did. It could be strategies based on place value. It could be properties of operations or the relationship between addition and subtraction. So let's take a look here. Here's our problem. Oh dear. There we go. A second grade class is collecting cans to recycle. This reminds me of our blue recycling bins at Glenwood. Do you have blue recycling bins in your classroom? You do? Yeah. I miss those guys too. Okay, here we go. So they are collecting cans to recycle. Their goal is to collect 400 cans. The class has collected 134 cans. How many cans does the second grade class still need to collect to reach their goal? First of all, that's a lot of cans. And we've got to show 2 strategies. So the first strategy Miss Street always likes to start with is concrete. That means I have to touch the manipulatives, to play with them. One thing you need to know is Miss Street does not have base 10 blocks at home. If you do, I would encourage you to use those, okay? But if you're like Miss Street and you don't, I'm just using my imagination. So here I have some playing cards, but I'm going to pretend each card is 100, okay? So this is 100, 100, 100, 100. That's 400, right? That's what we want to get to. This is our goal. Miss Street's going to make it look like it's a parts equal total. I'm going to show you my floor. I mean, I tried to pick up little chunks of popcorn, so I hope you don't see any because I didn't vacuum for this. Okay, so looks a little dark. Okay, so these are my hundreds. The markers are going to be my tens, and these little chips I got out of Connect Four, a game we had, is going to be my ones because I don't have these 10 blocks, and it's okay. Use your imagination. So our problem says we want to get to 400 cans, but we only have 130. So 10, 20, 30. We only have 130. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I only have 134. And our class wants to get up to 400. So what is a class to do? Let's see. Whew. What do you think? Keep adding? Where should we start? You want to start with hundreds? So if we have 134, we added another 100, that would be 234. Add another 100, that would be 100, 200, 334. What if I did another 100? That would be 434. What is my class trying to get to? 400 or 434? Let's check it. Hold the phone. What are we trying to get to? Their goal is 400 cans. So I cannot add this last 100 because that's going to give me, well, I mean, it would be good to have more than 400 cans, but we're just working on this math problem. Okay, so if you want to collect more than 400 cans to recycle, Miss Street says more power to you, peeps. Okay, so I'm going to take this 100 away. So now we have 334, and we want to get to 400. Okay, so I added hundreds. What could I add next? Tens? Okay, so I've got 334. If I added a 10, that would be 344. Keep going. Another 10. 300, 10, 20, 30, 40, 54. 354. I'm trying to get to 400. 354. I'm going to add another one. 364. Can I keep going with my tens? Yes. 374. Can I keep going? 384. 394. Can I keep adding tens? If I kept on adding tens, my tens would be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. That'd be 100. So then I would have 404. How many does our class want? Only 400. Okay, so that's 4 more than what our goal is. But again, if you want to recycle more than 400 cans, you can. Okay, but we're just trying to be exact with this problem. Okay, so I can't add that extra 10. So right here, I have 394. Now, what can I do to get to 400? We've added on hundreds. We've added on tens. I can add 1. So if I have 394, I can say 395, 396, 397, 398, 399. One more is 400. So we can show that we have used what we're calling our base 10 blocks to make 400. So we had 134. We added on some hundreds. then we added on some 10s, and we added on some 1s. So this is the concrete model. So to show what I did, I can draw this. And then Miss Street's going to connect it back. I take way too long for this stuff, but it's okay. Okay, so, so I want to get to 400. So I'm just going to draw 4 squares. Miss Street hopes you can see my squares. Okay, this is what I want to get to. And I had 134. Can you see that? That's a little bit better. 134. So what I did was I added on hundreds. We added on to 300s because if we added another 100, we would have had 434. And then we added on our tens. We said 334, 344, 54, 64, 74, 84, 94. And then we added on our ones. We said 394, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. And so we know that would give us 400. So this looks like 300 plus 90 plus, how many ones do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can subitize and see 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I can see 300 plus 90 plus 10 is going to give me 400 cans of recycling. So that's one way to solve the problem, and that was the concrete model and drawing. And Miss Street always wants to start there first to make sure I know what I'm talking about, Fred. A lot of times when Miss Street starts there and I keep going, I realize I messed up. That's true, and that's okay. I realized I messed up and I was going too fast, and so I have to pull back the whoa horsey and look at it again. So lastly, I want us to check our answer to see if we're correct. So watch this. I'm going to use it again with a concrete stuff here, okay? So I'm going to look at my ones, okay? We counted up here on our paper that we had how many ones? 10 ones. So if we have 10 ones, what do we do? 10 ones. We can take our 10 ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We can take these 10 ones and we can trade them for a 10, right? So now let's look at our 10s and see what we have. We've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So I have 10 10s, and that is the same or has the same value as 100. So I can add another 100 card. So I can tell that we solved our problem correctly by checking myself, because my goal was 400 cans and I ended with 400 cans. Now this form looks different because 390 and 10 is the same value as 400. It's just in a different form. And Miss Street showed you how we can use that with our concrete materials. So I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. I don't know why my thing says I'm feeling sad, because I am not sad. I'm very happy. I hope you can tell. And must have been something I clicked on. I'm not sure. But tomorrow we will be back. Miss Street will be with you. And we are going to look at the same problem, but we're going to look at a different strategy. And Miss Street's going to try to really focus on the associative property of addition, because it's hard. Hope you guys have a great day. I'll be back for third grade in a little bit.